All right. All right, my guest is already here, people, and welcome to a live stream of Jake's Metal Chat. I'll just mute him for the moment. Anyway, welcome to Jake's Metal Chat and live stream here. Was meant to start this at 7 p.m. instead of, well, what time is it now? 5:20 p.m. here in the UK. Wow, that's well, that's something, isn't it? So I've got to try and share this now. No, I don't want to share this screen. Not you StreamYard people, so bear with me. Anywho, let me just go on my channel. It might be on there, actually. But yeah, this is the first live stream, well, in a while, because well, I haven't done it in a while because usually I did them from Facebook. So just going to share this on the actual Jake's Metal Chat page so people know. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm going to let you in a bit. Yep, just making. Yeah, my guests are here. So yeah, I'm just going to. So I hope everyone's had a great day, week, month, whatever. I've lost track. Might as well actually just get them in, to be honest. And my guests are the Sludge Doom metal band. I hope that's accurate. And it is Black Tar Superstar. And that's better. There we go. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, brother. How about yourself?
Oh, good. Yeah, I got your message saying you're already in the studio. Fuck it.
Well, you told us noon, so
yeah, noon. Well, I said 7 p.m. my time, whatever it was your fucking time. But there you go. But okay. Doesn't matter. We can get out the way now instead of doing it and then rushing to get to the Grey Man's heavy metal hangout, which a lot of people should be, checking out.
Right on. Yeah, I plan on trying to get in there myself.
Yeah, we all try to really, but yeah, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. As a matter of fact, our third guitar player or second guitar player will be here in a minute.
We got a third one.
Oh, sorry.
Cool. So,
like a surprise guitarist I never heard of yet.
No.
I
forget Chad's just the bass player. So.
Oh.
I'm a bass player.
Well, think about it. A bassist is a guitar player, so I mean, just a guitarist. He's a bass guitarist. So
bass guitarist, yeah, exactly.
So that does count. Yeah.
I'm just the drummer.
You're just the drummer. You're just a drummer. No one cares about you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need me.
Actually, you kind of do.
Shit.
So let me introduce these people while I'm sharing crap. We have Reaper, who I know because of the heavy metal hangouts with the Grey Man. Will be on there later on at 9 p.m. So please tune in. And we have, I'm just going to call him Mr. Death just for the hell of it.
I like Mr. Death. That works a lot.
And I like that. Mr. Death from Black Tar Superstar. And I think the other guitarist is here as well. I'll add him in now. Here we go.
There he is.
That guy, that guitar player guy.
Yeah, that guitar player guy. What's up?
What's up?
Not much.
It's my first time using StreamYard, so I'm getting used to everything.
All right.
Because I've never used it. I haven't done a live stream in a while. So bear with me. So let me just ask how everyone's doing, how you've been coping in all this malarkey.
Just playing guitar. That's about it, man. Playing guitar, working and playing guitar. Well, now that it's warm outside, now it's playing guitar, working, and fishing. So that's pretty what's going on with that right now.
Well, you keep yourselves busy. I just went for a walk. Well, we're gonna cancel it because it's been raining here.
Oh man,
which is pretty crap.
Yeah, it's pretty hot out here today so far. Something tells me it's going to get even hotter later on. So,
it's just Texas day outside. That's all.
Yeah, you're probably used to it more than we are.
Oh yeah, I love it outside. You kidding me? It's fucking nice. About time.
Well, luckily, I have music playing in my ears, so that gets my walk going. And can I just say, I like the umbrella T-shirt.
Oh, the umbrella tee. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
I've been playing a new Resident Evil game.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, we've been
some
watching
gameplay of it. Yeah.
We've been watching the gameplay for that. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already on my 6th playthrough.
Damn. All right.
I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not obsessed with it because it's it's a great game. You can't really go wrong with Resident Evil.
Right. Yeah, it looks really, really good. So yeah, I was impressed when I seen it. I'm like, yeah, I might actually want to try to play this one because the last few I've been like, yeah.
I played Resident Evil 7. That game was really good.
I love that. Yeah.
So Resident Evil 8 is very promising, for sure.
Oh yeah. They given the character Ethan, who's in the 7th game, a bit more of a personality than he was in the.
Yeah, they got to admit he goes through so much shit in these games, man. I'll tell you what. Poor Ethan.
Well, because Ethan had absolutely no personality to him whatsoever. His debut was dull. Let's just say that it was very crap. But this one, they actually gave him a bit more of a personality and more emotion when things have happened.
Right.
But we can talk about that a little bit more later on. Let's talk about your band instead of what's going on at the moment. So, who's the one who came up with the name Black Tar Superstar?
Well,
Chadley.
Unfortunately, the doc is not in. He's not much of a talker per se. That's pretty much the best way to put it. But he was the one who came up with the name. So he started this project out back in 2014 as a one-man band. He just kind of went through, created a pretty decent catalog of songs, and did all the parts himself. So,
yeah, because we listen. Because I'm going to mention the Grey Man because he's played your music on not just the Heavy Metal Hangout, but also the High Speed Hangover vidcast and everything else. What I've heard, I really liked. So,
you're gonna dig the new album much better.
Yeah, that's the other thing we're going to talk about as well. Really, nearly 8 minutes into this chat now. I'm brand new to this, people, and we did have one viewer, but they seem to have buggered off. But
it happens.
Either way, if no one comes on, it's all right. I mean, all right, I've only got 300 subscribers, but there you go.
Right.
Nice.
300. I know.
Yeah,
it's growing.
It's growing eventually, so I want to thank all those out there who have subscribed to my channel. You didn't have to, but it helps me from going completely insane. As we all are, because most of us get stuck in our houses and all that crap, don't we?
Yeah, but things are starting to look up around here as far as going into a post-COVID. So,
well,
it's getting a little better. It's getting a little better.
Getting better. Well, hopefully, at some point, I'll get a text message or something to say book your vaccine because I still haven't had mine done yet.
Oh wow!
Because they're only on like 34s and over, so it should go down to like 32 and then 30, and then my age group because I'm group priority 12. We got group priorities here in the UK. I don't know what it's like in America.
They did age groups. There's a certain age, like they did like 65 and over, like the first ones, and they dropped it down. It was like 40 something and over, and then now I think they just open it up to everybody.
Yeah, I think the latest age group was like 12 to 18 years old.
Some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Well, hopefully I'll get it soon because I'm meeting up with people more often. But I'm trying to avoid people when I go on my walks, and when I see someone, I just cross over.
All right, on.
I'm not getting ill. I'm not getting the Rona.
No, right? Yeah.
I'm not getting the damn Rona. Yeah, let's talk more about Black Tar Superstar, and obviously you got a ton of music out. You got I mean, before all this shit happened, how many shows were you doing, like a week or a year?
Well, we literally all four of us got together right before lockdown started.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty shit.
That's kind of why I say that our story is unique, because we started this in the middle of the pandemic, basically, right at the start of it. So, I think we had like maybe one rehearsal in before it actually all started happening. And then we were like, well, fuck, what do we do now? So, luckily, we're all pretty good friends with the owner of the Buzzbin, who was looking for an outfit of the club for rehearsal space. And he was totally fine with us going in there. And that's kind of when we started getting the hard work done and getting that first EP put together. So we actually released that EP during the pandemic also. So we were together from April till we didn't put that out until October 30th. So we were together, 6 months. We just, that's one of the blessings of the pandemic, is that all you got time for is to just, rehearse. And, then we went and did the recording and got it out.
Brilliant. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, the internet is definitely our friend. Especially has been.
Well, it's been our friend since this whole shit stain over thing happened. So there you go.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's been different adjusting, especially with like doing live streams and stuff like that, because you're expecting energy back from the people in the crowd, but you're not getting that energy. It's like song ends and you're just quiet. You're like, all right, okay, next song.
Because the difference,
odd feeling. It's very odd feeling.
The difference between actually seeing it going to a live show, you got the audience going, yeah. Woo.
I mean, you could read the comments afterwards. Can't read any of the comments while we're playing. So
during the live stream, it's different. You play the song, you got no one cheering.
I absolutely couldn't stand those. Like, they're just. I understand why we were doing them, and I understand why we did it. But man, I couldn't stand doing those things. They were just for someone that loves to feed off that energy, and you don't get it back, and it's just like, oh man, it's so demoralizing in a kind of a way.
The only good thing about it, though, that I felt was that we got to get the name out more to a wider audience. We had people all over the world watching, so that was kind of a cool aspect. And the fact that we got to play with some pretty awesome bands from different parts of the world too was pretty cool. But man, I can remember that first live stream we did. We didn't know how the fuck to act. Right. It was just like, well, do we start? How do we start it?
But I think the best thing about it is those live streams and getting us out and playing in front of people really helped us as a band to be even tighter. You know what I mean? So that's the other side of it that really is a good thing, because now we're even tighter. Now it's like when we practice together, it's just because we're so used to it now, because it's just been rehearsing instead of just rehearse a couple days and then maybe you got a show on the weekend, which may go good and may not go good depending if anybody else is practicing during the week, kind of thing. We didn't have to worry about any of that. So it was like live streams are so spaced far apart. It's just rehearse. All right, we got this one show, absolutely kill it, and then go back to doing the same thing again. So it was very helpful, but also very annoying. the same time.
So helpful and annoying. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know how. Only governments can create such paradoxes, right?
Yeah, and it's been kind of difficult also because we did like 2 videos in between doing the live streams, which took up more of our time, and it was kind of a tough schedule to juggle. And we wrote 10 songs worth of the new album during that time, so it was just like every fucking week, we had something new to do.
Yeah,
plus interviews, which are always fun.
Yeah. What? Well, I don't really call my chats interviews. I just call them chats because I don't always ask questions. I always just like talk about metal and
right on.
Obviously metal. What else are we going to talk about? Let's talk weather. Fuck that.
We like that. Trust me.
We don't talk weather, but the new album, because you've mentioned a new album. It's called The Black Flame, is it?
Correct.
Yes.
And where did that title come from?
It kind of came from kind of a little side name that we called the 4 of us, the Brotherhood of the Black Flame. Like, no matter what gets thrown our way, hurdles we got to jump, we always come together, and we just grew tighter together as a band, as a unit, as a family. So that's really what that title means. It's like that eternal flame that is within each one of us to create and to want to get our music out to people never blows out.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. And when is it released?
It is officially going to release next Friday, May the 28th, on all major platforms. Right now, you can also get CD bundles, vinyl bundles at artillerymusicgroup.com, which is our label. And it's definitely worth it, man. The vinyl comes in 2 colors, too. It's clear and black.
Clear.
Yeah.
But it is limited edition.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah. Vinyl looks absolutely awesome. I can't wait.
You go in vinyl, man. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
Yeah,
well, it's kind of perfect. It's kind of bittersweet because this record is definitely doomier, but heavier, fuzzier, and most people that love doom metal love getting it on vinyl.
Well,
we've sold some already, so it's been pretty awesome.
I'll definitely be picking that up. So
awesome.
And speaking of vinyl, because obviously there's different vinyl editions you can get. You can just get the clear black, the nice black one, or the clear one. Or this is from a band here in the UK called Garden of Eyes. I call Bloodborne death metal because all the lyrical themes are Bloodborne.
Okay.
Fitting, very fitting.
Very fit. Yeah, and the vinyl he just came out with his EP called Boomhammer.
Nice.
And he uses the HM2 pedal, like a lot of the great Swedish bands do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a splatter vinyl which is black and orange.
Oh wow, that is killer.
Nice. Yeah.
And,
Pretty cool.
I want to try one of those, boss. That Swedish pedal you're talking about. I want to try one of those things.
Oh, I got one. It's amazing.
They actually, I think, Boss actually just came out with that again. They reissued that.
They did reissue. I got one of the older models. I think mine's from like 1986. I think.
Oh, man, I bet that thing sounds fucking sick. I would love to be able to jam through that.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's his logo. It's very blue.
Oh, right on, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had him on the chat, a non-live chat. Just to point that out there.
Right.
His girlfriend did the artwork.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, and I even said to her, what? I said to him, tell her when you do talk to her how I love the artwork. I was like, I'll do it after this chat.
Yeah, the guy who did the cover artwork for ours. Let me see if I can get it up onto the screen here. Hold on. There we go. There it is.
Yeah.
The front cover of the album there was actually done by the owner of the club that we practice at. The Buzzbin. His name's Chris Bentley. From Rocket Sock Art, I guess is what you call it. It's a real interesting name, but
he's a great artist. Yeah, he's good at what he does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a that cover's very doom and dark, and just what you need.
It's kind of like what he said. He said, I closed my eyes and I listened to your guys' music, and that's what came to my head. I'm like, okay, well, it couldn't have been any better.
Nice, yeah, right. I mean,
it's a great cover.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get more people to watch this stream because it still says no people are watching. No one cares. No one cares about us. No one cares about metal anymore. How dare you? I'm trying to get Mr. Grey Man on, not on the chat. I mean, in the comments.
Right.
I was going to show the man behind this band I just talked about. There he is.
Oh, right on.
That picture was taken in the Paris catacombs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That had to be awesome.
Really need to get to Europe now. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. If you do get to Paris, get a band picture in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a must now. And, definitely a metal must. And, of course, I would say to people, go see this band live. We can't travel and go to gigs or anything yet. So, but once that's possible, do see these guys live. Give them your support. And I will, hopefully, once I get some stuff by these guys, I'll play them on my podcast, Jake's Metal Sessions, if anyone's interested.
Yeah.
And
yeah, most definitely. We're always, looking for new stuff to listen to.
Always, yeah.
Underground or mainstream, it doesn't matter. We love everything.
I run out of bands to listen to all the time.
I always find underground bands though to listen to, mainly. I know all the big bands. I know all these guys. I thought, what's a new band I can check out? And before I went to bed at like 1-2 o'clock in the morning here, I listened to a band called Morbific from Finland.
Oh, right.
which is just nasty sounding death metal.
Oh, there's a ton of great death metal coming out of those areas from what I've seen online and advertised. And there's a group, and I forget exactly which part they're from over in your neck of the woods there. Cadaver Vampire.
Cadaver.
I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're pretty.
I heard the name floating around some.
Did you? Okay, yeah. I've heard some of their stuff on Instagram. It's actually not half bad. I mean, it's very heavy. So, if you like that kind of death metal. So
yeah, like I said, my nasty sounding death metal. Well, I've had the guys from
Tableau Mort. Oh yeah, Tableau Mort, man. First time I ever got to hear them when they had us on their live stream event. They are a sick band, man.
Yeah, he sent me the music video on Facebook on the sharing thing, and I looked at it. I put in my headphones. I sat there to listen to it. I'm like, all right, this is like an old medieval video. Then all of a sudden, he just starts screaming really low, and I'm like, what the fuck? Whoa! I'm like, oh my god, this is heavier than shit.
Yeah, they were definitely something very, very different.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we like black metal. A lot of us do. Anything from old Cradle of Filth, because that's kind of the era that I love most of them. Mm-hmm. Not to mention Dimmu Borgir and Old Man's Child, and any of that Norwegian Mayhem.
Immortal is awesome.
Yeah, Immortal,
I love Immortal.
Definitely, especially the story behind their video. That was awesome. Let's
go get lost in the woods.
All it is them is running in the woods.
They're
That's
getting
it. That's
lost
all
in
they're
the
doing.
woods. And
That's all, just running around in the woods. That's all they're doing. That's, they make this extreme music, but then they don't really take themselves too seriously when they do.
Right.
That's cool though. I love
They even
that.
made a cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't remember when we saw that, but that was pretty cool. Too.
Yeah, King Diamond was part of it, and a
Yeah.
bunch of other people were part of it too. It was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
But
Funny.
no, I go on the more. There's the vocalist Abbott when he does one interview. He goes,
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Man.
Abbott.
Can you imagine trying to interview that guy, dude? I mean, I hope he's better now. I really hope he is better now and not alcoholic mess. But yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll have the good and bad.
Yeah. Speaking of him, actually, I actually got to meet him in 2017.
Oh
man.
wow. That had to be something.
Death Fest 2 in 2017, and
Nice.
without his makeup on, which was
Oh wow.
sight to see. And just
Was it good or was it better or worse?
I can't really comment. No. It was just an average looking bloke like us. Average. You would think takes the makeup on. Dun dun. No, it's funny because I saw him and he says, "Oh yes, I've met you before." I was like, I don't think you've ever met me in your entire life. It's just-
I've been a pretty previous of you before. How's it going, man? How's it going? Like I said, I just hope he's better. I really do. I enjoy the shit
I
out of
haven't
him.
heard much from
Good player.
him, much on that side of it, but I hope he's okay.
Yeah. Everyone seems like they're still going pretty strong. And I mean, not to mention there's more and more bands coming out that are incredible.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that other one? I think they're from Italy.
Oh yeah.
Not Godflesh. Shoot.
I know.
I know who I'm thinking of. They're on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it.
I know Goat Horse from New Orleans, like
Oh.
and Samos from. They're pretty good too.
They've always been big.
Oh yeah, Goat Horse awesome.
They've been around quite a while. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad because I've really been listening to a lot of new music because we've been so into writing this album and stuff like that. I just kind of listen to the same old stuff. So. Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. I listen to the tracks. I tell them all the time. I'm like, I listen to it like 2-3 times a day so that it's just so ingrained in my mind. I don't even have to think about it. And then we get to practice and I'm just like, feels like we've been, performing these tracks a lot longer than we have. So if it doesn't feel like work, then that means it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Right. Most definitely.
Yeah, most def. And I'm looking at all these buttons on the StreamYard. I can just have all of us here, or I can just have you guys. Sorry, not my mug. And for this band, Black Tar Superstar, like rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Try and say that 3 times fast or 10 times fast. Black Tar Superstar. What are the influences in this band, like as a whole band or just individually? What influenced you in this band or in general?
I would say individually is probably the best way to describe it. I mean, we do share a lot of the same influences, but so many of us listen to so many different artists, different genres. For me, I'm a huge Sabbath fan, always have been. That's what I grew up on. But it goes into different directions too. Merciful Fate I discovered at the same time, which was, much heavier and a lot less fuzzy. That's for sure. And then going into the, I'm a child of the 80s. I'm probably dating myself here, but
I mean, Slayer came out. That was like some of the greatest shit I ever heard, ever. And then, with the evolution of death metal, you have Dark Angel and, other bands like that. And then into the 90s with Pantera, Down, those were all pretty big for me, as well as Crowbar and some of the others. How about you, Mr. Slinger?
Most of my influences are probably gonna shock you because they're a lot different. But I am a really big Black Label Society fan. Really like Zakk Wylde. I also am a really big Rammstein fan. A lot of my influence comes from that. And Danzig is another one.
Oh yeah, can never forget Danzig. That's
can never
for sure.
forget that one.
Or the Misfits.
Or the Misfits.
Or
yeah.
Sam.
Or Misfits.
And
Misfits.
I gotta say, I think my last biggest influence, I guess, probably would have to be Amon Amarth. I really enjoy them a lot.
One hell of a stage show, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Love that band. Absolutely love that band.
Oh yeah.
They're incredible.
Got to meet him as well, and actually had beers with him as well.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot. Death Clock. That's another one. Really love Death Clock. Really
Who
love
doesn't enjoy Death Clock? I mean, really.
that.
If no one doesn't enjoy that band, then what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's good, man. They're awesome.
Gene
Excuse me,
Hoglan,
Brandon Smalls.
and that's just sick as hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, Brendan's just an absolutely great, amazing guitar player too.
Mhm.
Ridiculous guitar player.
Yeah, I like Death Clock. First time I heard them, I can't remember what song it was, but just remember seeing them. I was like, "Who the fuck is this band?" And then seeing this character called Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown.
Oh, most definitely.
Dr. Roxo. I know.
I love that because it's a take on David Lee Roth. That's the greatest thing about the whole thing. I remember the first time I seen the first couple episodes of the show, I was like, whoever came up with this is the greatest motherfucker on the goddamn planet. I mean, I've never seen anybody take the stereotypes of of metal. It's very Satanistic, very this and that. Like the one episode where they're searching for religion, and they go into the Church of Satan. And this is little skinny guy up there. He's like, make sure you're returning your cups from when you get them and don't spill any of the Kool-Aid. Okay, hail Satan. Hail Satan. Just making the whole thing. I'm like, it's great, man. I've never met anybody that does this with it. It's so tongue in cheek. I was like, I love it. Absolutely love it. And then I figured out, I was like, yo, it's a real band. Even better.
I don't think a lot of people knew that it is a real band. It's not just 5 random guys they got to record for.
Yeah.
Right.
I love that show.
And
I think
Chad, our bass player, he's got quite a few, groups that he listens to that,
Neurosis.
Neurosis.
High on
He
Fire.
turned us on to them. High on Fire.
Monolord.
The Bell Witch Temple, or no, is it Temple of the Fuzz Witch?
Temple of the Fuzz.
That's it, yeah. And some of those, All Them Witches and
Monolord.
Monolord.
Big on that.
Monologue, yeah, they're great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, there's just a ton of great doom bands coming out of Sweden.
Oh, he really likes that.
It's amazing.
Candlemass, too.
Oh well, who didn't like Candlemass?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even
Love
if you started
Candlemass.
out with them in the '80s, they were still good.
They were.
Yeah, I love Candlemass. So because I got again Netherlands Death Fest too. They played all Nightfall in his entirety.
Oh wow,
Oh wow! Look at
it's great when bands do that. It really is.
And Terrorizer played that year as well and played all World Downfall.
All right.
Speaking of shows like that, I've seen Megadeth and Slayer. And Slayer did all of Seasons in the Abyss, and Megadeth did all of Rust in Peace. The sickest shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. I mean, there was 2 songs I wanted to see play real bad, and that was "Poison Was the Cure" because I've never seen that played live. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see. I think it was "Rust in Peace," the actual song "Rust in Peace" played live, and man. I remember just keeping my eyes focused because that's when Chris Broderick was in the band, and I was just focused on him, just like, yeah, I want to see you play this, dude. And I was just, that was one of the coolest fucking shows. Even Testament was there too. Testament was there. So it was a killer show. Killer show. But my influences are pretty much all over the place, man. I mean, I listen to everything. I mean, I grew up with, you know, it's easier to say, it's just easier. I grew up with Frank Zappa and rock and roll because that's what my dad listened to. And I mean, if you looked at his records, there's Frank Zappa, there's the Cars, there's the Animals, there's the Beatles, there's Aerosmith, there's, I mean, you name it. It's just across the board. Like old Genesis with Peter Gabriel and stuff like that. And so it's a very progressive-minded kind of listener. So I mean, a lot of stuff I listen to, like Animals as Leaders. I wrestled a bear once, you know, stuff like that. That screamo kind of weird shit. I love that stuff. I love and I'm also old fashioned. So like,
you probably like Mr. Bungle,
Slayer, yeah, Mr. Bungle, like all that stuff. They actually just came out with a new song. They're coming out with a new record, and guess who's playing guitar? Scott Ian.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
In that band, which is kind of interesting. But either way, I mean, I'm a big old thrash head from the '80s, so like, you know, Slayer, Anthrax, Sepultura, Beneath Remains is still one of my top 5 albums of all time. Shit, what an album! But I mean, all that stuff up to the progressive shit, the old '70s progressive stuff, psychedelic country, and a little bit of hip hop, and I'm all over the fucking place, man. I grew up in McKinney, Texas, so I mean, there's a huge country influence down there, and it's like some of the songs are gonna rub off on you. And then, you know, now that I've gotten older and everything went from being like all the freaking time to like I could just kind of be chill, I've come to listen to a lot more things than I used to before. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm all over the damn place, man.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I was going to say, you said one band name. I wrestled a bear once. It's like someone might ask you, "Oh, what are you listening to these days?" "Oh, I wrestled a bear once."
Yeah,
cool.
And I actually told me that. He's like, dude. He's like, I wrestled a bear once, and I was like, really? You wrestled a bear once? He's like, no, man, it's a band. I'm like, oh, okay. And holy shit, what a band. Those people are fucking crazy. Absolutely.
Well, I'll give them a listen. I'm always listening to different stuff, but usually I'm listening to more death metal or
Tastes Like Kevin Bacon. Look up Tastes Like Kevin Bacon. I wrestled a bear once. You know, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna be like, holy shit. And it's a girl. It's a girl that's singing it, dude. And she puts most other guys screaming and death screaming to fucking shame for her range, that she can go from just straight low guttural stuff to like just high pitch, like blow your fucking eardrums out. It's amazing. And the playing is very frantic and crazy and all over the place, but it sounds very structured. It's like Dillinger, but with a chick. It's about the easiest way to put it, but without a lot of the real crazy time shit that Dillinger gets into. Right. They're jumping in the 7s and the 9s and 11s and all over the damn place. So yeah.
Well,
yeah, if you like Dillinger Escape Plan, you're gonna love I Wrestled a Bear Once.
Doesn't do much Dillinger Escape Plan, but that's just me though. All the stuff I grew up listening to before I got into all the extreme stuff was Queen and Dire Straits and Bruce Springsteen.
Huge Queen fan. Huge Queen. Jeez, dude.
Well, because my mum's a big Queen fan, and that's why I love Queen still.
I grew up.
I'm wearing a Cannabis Corpse shirt, and I listen to Queen.
Hey, anytime you mention it, people look at you sideways, and it's like, you have no clue, man. Don't speak on what you don't know.
I love Queen. I'm always gonna love Queen.
Always.
Always gonna love Queen, and then I listen to all the heavy metal bands like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Black Sabbath, and then I found all the thrash bands like, you know, early Metallica stuff, you know, with that's like it goes thrash there and also says, "Hey, let me."
Yeah,
I don't have any Jack and Coke, so I can't. He hates me now.
You can definitely hear, a lot of the influences that we mentioned really coming out on this record.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It leads through. I mean, people always ask me like, "What's your album like?" I'm like, "It's a journey, man. It really is a journey. It starts in a place you wouldn't think it would, and then it goes into the next part of the story, and it just goes all the way through, man."
I feel like we actually wrote a record, not just
for real.
Not just wrote something for fun, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, you can put on and just put it on in the background and just chill. That's what we want, and that's what I think this is. So, for sure,
it has something for everyone, and that's the big thing. I think people of all different listening backgrounds will find, 1 track, 2 track, maybe the whole damn thing, really enjoyable. So that's our hope.
Well, once it's out, people go pick it up.
That's right. You can get your pre-orders on right now.
Yeah, get your pre-order on. Yeah, for sure. May 28th. We're also going to be doing a listening live stream with that. The day it comes out, 5 o'clock, I believe, is when we're going to do that. So, and we'll all be around for that. I don't know where we're going to do it. Probably over at Reaper's house over there. But yeah, for sure.
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely
for that. So everybody tune in, please. Whoever's watching this, and nobody's watching it, or eventually will watch it whenever it pops up on their live, little YouTube stream or whatever. But yeah, 5 o'clock, our time. Definitely going to be doing a live stream. Yeah.
Because once it's like their time, it's like, I don't know, 8, 9,
yeah,
10.
I keep forgetting there's like a 7 or 8 hour difference, It's like, fuck.
Yeah, because when I'm getting ready for bed, you guys are just partying in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I found was when I went to, last time I went to America was 2009. I wasn't old enough to go in any of the bars yet, but wasn't old enough to go to a bar and buy a beer.
Yeah.
But I'm an adult now, so when I hopefully go there next year for WrestleMania.
Hell yeah.
Texas,
oh, wicked.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, give me a beer. Give me a goddamn.
Where you're at, man, you'd probably be able to get someone to buy them for you. I mean, shit.
So
I was since '99. I wasn't old enough to drink, and I was still getting drinks. So I mean, shit. Ain't tough.
The good old days.
In the old days, motherfucker. And
I think I was like 23 when that Ozfest happened. So I was kind of a fresh adult at that point.
16,
not
15
far into my career.
I was 15, 16 years old, man, when I went to that show.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, in 1999,
you wait till you join the 40 club, man.
Yeah. Well, in 1999, I was almost 8 years old then.
Oh man, you were just a pup.
I was born in the 90s, so there you go.
All right, yeah.
I missed all the days of the golden days of thrash and death metal and all that. I missed all that. Actually going to the shows, I didn't know anything about it until a little bit later on. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't get introduced to Pantera, who is my absolute. I mean, I got CFH tattooed on the back of my neck for a reason. I mean, I love Pantera, and I think first time I ever heard them was probably 95, 96. I want to say. Wow. Someone had given me because I was like, "Hey man, anybody good heavy music?" And he's like, "Well, I got this, Far Beyond Driven." Okay. I put it on and I was like, holy shit. Like, yes, this is cool as hell. And then I went down to vacation with my friend down in Texas because I had moved to Ohio. And he's like, oh man, we're listening to this band called Pantera. I'm like, yeah, I've checked out Far Beyond Driven. He's like, oh, this is Cowboys from Hell. And he put that on and I was sold. After that, I'm like, this is the greatest fucking metal band I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that was my introduction to them when Cowboys from Hell first came out.
Yeah,
like 92, and I'm like, it's like a live video, of them playing it, and I'm like, wow, these guys don't look like any of the hair guys. They looked tougher, grittier, you know, and the sound was really aggressive.
Dimebag, sick ass guitar
the,
player.
Yeah, the guitar playing was amazing. And I'm just like, wow. And I was hooked just from that damn song. Yeah. I was like, this is unlike anything else that has been happening.
Yeah, the solos that would come from Dimebag were just
mind blowing.
I never seen anybody just incorporate using a whammy bar and like the way he used to do that and the way he picked and all that. I've never seen anybody play like that. I was just like that dude's fucking sick as hell. And the riffs are awesome. I mean, Heresy's like Holiday, you know, Sleep. What the hell is that song now? Artist Shredding. Artist Shredding is probably hands down probably one of my favorite riffs ever.
I'm just like, when I heard him play guitar, I started playing guitar around the age of 13.
I had to learn a whole different picking technique
We got Mr. Gray out here. How you doing, Mr. Gray?
Yeah, it's the Gray Man.
Hello.
Oh, live now. Yes, Gray, live now, you silly buddy. And on YouTube. Once I
should have been a notification.
God damn it.
Honestly, I think the first time I heard Pantera, the very first song I've ever heard was, I think it was off of the Reinventing the Steel.
Reinventing the Steel?
It was Revolution is the name.
Oh, man, that's a great song.
That song was like, wow. And then I watched my very first Pantera like live video, and it was Domination 1999 in Moscow, Russia. And I was like, whoa. Just seeing Dimebag shred and just rip. It was ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
I got to see them in Dallas, and I think it was 2000. I think it was 2000 with Morbid Angel and Soulfly. Which was
nice.
One of the sickest shows I ever been to. And then Phil came out and did like 2 songs with Morbid Angel and everything. And then I actually got fortunate enough to meet Dimebag probably a couple months after all that. A friend of mine called me up, said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just sitting around." He goes, "Hey man, Dimebag Darrell's at Mars Music in Arlington. Do you want to come out and meet him?" I'm like, "That's a fucking stupid question." I'm like, "Hell yeah." Yes, I got to meet Dime. I shook his hand. He signed my guitar that I had. I'll never forget what he said when I put it up on the table because I just finished it. I put my first sitting MG pickups that I ever bought in it. And I thought it was so pretty. And he put it up there, and he said, "What the fuck is this?"
That's awesome. Getting to meet. I got into Pantera a year before Dimebag was unfortunately murdered.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Or I might have gotten into Pantera like the year, the actual year. You know,
great thing is that music's still around. I mean, you can still get it. You can still watch all the videos. You watch the home videos, which we watch religiously. At least I watch religiously with me and my friends. We're sitting around drinking on a Friday night. You got nothing else better to do, man. But put on Pantera 3, man, or put on Cowboys video or the Vulgar video or whatever, you know. Just it was a good time, especially living down there. It was just like they were a band, but it felt like you could party with those guys no matter what. You know, no matter where they were. They just seemed like that kind of cool people.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm really glad I got to meet Vinny, Dime. I wish I would have got to meet Vinny, but you know.
I never got to meet Vinny. I went and saw Hell Yeah here in Bristol at the Fleece, but I didn't in the end. So I regret that.
Man. You guys have the best festivals over there, I swear.
Yeah.
We way want to do some of those festivals that we always see going on in the UK, man. There's
a lot of festivals
people
in the
come
UK.
out and support it. It's like wow, you know. In America here, it's like maybe 3 or 4, and they're really spaced out. You know, they just don't do it like they used to.
Oh, and it's always the same headlining band, so it's like Metallica.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
5 Death Pussies or fucking who else? It could be anybody, man. It's either like these super mainstream bands. You get all the underground guys. They shove them at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's
and
they're cool.
Really why people
have other festivals, but it's just those people don't give a shit. You get a bunch of hipsters showing up because it's 5 Death Pussies or fucking headline.
Right.
He's not lying, though, man. I'm telling you.
Or
nobody really showed up to see them. They came to see the underground guys because they got balls.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's
You know?
America's. I think the last few tours I used to see, like for the big festivals, one of my favorite thrash / power metal bands, Iced Earth, was always touring with them in those festivals. But other than them, it was always fucking Nickelback and Godsmack and all this like pussy rock cock shit. I just couldn't stand it. I'm like, what the fuck wants to see Nickelback? Like, what the fuck, dude?
It's annoying. I mean, I'd much rather go to a festival and see bands that could be interesting. You know, when I went to like Ozfest '99, for instance, right? Half the bands that were on the bill, I didn't know who the hell they even were. You know what I mean? I still went and I watched them, and a couple of them I liked, and a couple of them was just kind of like, yeah. You know, but I mean, half people didn't even know what the fuck they were. You know, internet wasn't like it is now, you know, in '99. So, shit.
Which is really cool because it gives you a chance to discover something new that you never knew before.
And everybody gets the same amount of attention because it's like this show starts this time, okay? Bands start here and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not, okay, we're going to have 25 bands. It's going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, stupid shit like that. I think Ozfest when I went started at 2 and it was done at 11, and there was 12, 13, 14 bands or something like that. It wasn't a bunch. No. But I mean, it was like 5 or 6 you didn't know, and the other 8 you knew. I mean, shit. It wasn't
I mean,
they do it like that, it'd be worth it.
You know, it used to suck because Ohio and places around us used to have Warped Tours, and they used to have really heavy bands on there. But now it's this metalcore pussy shit that I keep seeing, this metalcore stuff. Metalcore that, and I'm like, what? Come on, man.
Well, that's just Warped Tour has always been bands. Yeah. Warped Tour has always been like that, though. They've been alternative punk kind of stuff, and then it kind of went to. Then they stopped doing it, period, because people stopped showing up. Because they're featuring more hardcore than they're featuring punk, which is what Warped Tour was. Right. You know, my wife went to Warped Tour like the first or second year they did the thing. And like the heaviest thing on the bill, I think at that time was Deftones, and their first album came out at that time. So that tells you something there. The rest of the bands on the bill was like No Effects, Less Than Jake. Right. You know,
hey, it's a lot better than seeing the metalcore music, though. I'll say that.
Well, yeah. Well, I got mates here in Bristol who I got a lot of them like the death metal, and I got a lot of them like that stuff you just call like pussy metalcore shit, whatever. But they like that stuff. It's like, well, I'm not a fan of it really. I used to be when I was like getting into metal. I heard all sorts, and now I've pretty much set foot in all the death, thrash, black, doom, sludge, all that stuff.
Right.
There's some symphonic metal bands that I like, and I like my folk metal, and I also listen to folk music as well.
Yeah, I know a couple of those. One of the most famous ones, Korpiklani, just came out with a album recently. I love them. They're so great.
They're fun. The only thing I really can't get down with is the pirate metal. It's the only thing I can't really get into. I tried. I mean, I think if I was like getting drunk and was just kind of like in the mood to shout,
I think that is actually the best way to, I think, get in the mood. Get yourself some drinks, and once they're on, you're like,
I mean, I think Ailstorm is a great band for being pirates.
I'm not saying anything against them, you know, as a band. It's just that I personally cannot. I can't get with it.
Well, the singer literally sounds like a captain of a ship.
He does.
It's awesome.
Christopher Bowes. Yeah, I've actually drank with the man as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just by the end of the night when I was with him and 3 other mates, I'm trying to remember what year it was. It might have been about 2014 or something like that. He was out of it by the end of it. And then I was, because me and my mate started walking, blacked out somewhere, and then realised I was back in the centre of Bristol, and then got the bus fell asleep on the bus and got woken up by the bus driver saying it's the last stop.
Wow. Honestly,
and a bottle of rum.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the only cool story I got like that is getting to drink with all the guys in Lamb of God after we opened up for them. I was in another band at the time, and
shocker.
I'll tell you, I probably drank more Jägermeister than I ever could imagine that I could do in one night.
The almighty
That's all that motherfucker wanted to drink, and it was just like by the end of it, you know, I was with my son's mother at the time. I'm like, "You're driving home. I can't do this." But it was cool. It was a cool night.
Yeah, I would love to drink with the guys. And I go, well, obviously Randy doesn't drink anymore, which is
right.
It's good for him because if you've seen any videos of him really out like that tour on their tour bus when he was in Scotland, fucking hell, I think that was his turning point.
Yeah, most
stopped
definitely.
drinking, and it's good that he stopped because otherwise, if he went down that path anymore, well, we would have lost him as well.
Right.
Yeah,
and obviously, I've mentioned this in the other chats. LG Petrov of Entombed AD, Firespawn passed away, of course.
Yeah,
which is absolutely just heartbreaking to hear for anyone in the metal scene, in death metal in general.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just sucks, and
it does. It does. People just don't.
He's a massive influence on me in terms of vocals because I'm also going to do a death metal band as well. So, not going to sound exactly like him, but somewhere across between him and some other vocalists, like him, Carl Willits, and David Ingram, who's like my three main influences.
Oh, yeah.
And I've met David Ingram; he's a nice man.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Okay, what's Gray just said? Drink is meant to be fun. If it stops being fun, then stop it.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically, if you feel like you can't go through an entire day without it, then yeah, you should probably put it down.
Just luckily, I can't afford to be. Well, that's the Grey Man, everybody. Be sure for those who are actually watching, the two people that are watching, it's him and whoever the other person might be. 9 p.m. on the Heavy Metal Hangout, where we'll be chatting metal and other things that seem to come to our minds. We chat about all sorts on that, don't we, Gray? If you're still there. And
right.
Of course, another band I was going to mention is Massacre.
That's a very, very cool cover right there.
Nice, yeah.
Well, because I had him on here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not live, but because I bought a patch from him in that, and this is what he wrote on the back for me. Jake, thank you for supporting. Thank you for the support. Today, OS. And that's his signature, so you know it's his.
Oh yeah, that's legit, all right.
So if Camley is watching, which I don't know if he is. Thanks for that. He's probably busy with Massacre stuff because they got new stuff coming out soon. Oh wait 1 minute. Who does BTS?
Oh, who's the singer? So we actually
we all sing.
Hopefully you'll be holding this up in your near future.
In the near future.
Okay.
Actually,
in there. It came.
Yeah, Camley.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
And he put this.
I'll let
later.
these two guys talk about the singing.
Right, singing. Go.
Well, Chad is our main singer. He's our main guy. He's our our commander in chief of an army type of guy. Gets everybody riled up, and then
I do call him Capitan every once in a while.
We have Texas over here who sings his nice little song, which I've absolutely fell in love with, and some days I can't stop playing the riff. It's such a great little tune. I love it. And then I do a couple of songs on there that I've sang.
So yeah, the singing duties on this have been split up a little bit. Everybody sung on it, but Doctor and Slinger sang on most of it. I only sang on one. So yeah, I got one song on that. So.
Yeah, who is the main vocalist of the band?
Chad.
Doctor. Yep.
But honestly, I think now it's more becoming me and Chad as one now. Like me and him are both becoming the main guys, I guess.
I'm trying to remember what the video song for one of the songs that Grey Man played. It was Serial. I swear it was you singing Death Slinger.
It was.
It was him.
It was me. Yeah.
Because I just saw it. I thought this guy looks like a proper fucking biker with his leather waistcoat and his fucking monitor and it's like don't see this guy in a dark alley.
you got to understand, he is like the biggest Zakk Wylde fan in probably the entire planet.
Probably.
So
No,
I think that's where it kind of comes from a little bit.
Well, as someone in like metal, I didn't want to be like that wimpy looking guy. So I wanted to bulk up and get work out a lot.
It's on the CD.
So yeah. There's kind of a ballad.
Sort of.
I think.
One-Eyed God is definitely a ballad. Kind of in a way. Because
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Chad does his vocals, but in the chorus, I kind of experimented singing wise.
What's up, Mofo's just got
Speaking of, hey, get your ass in here, man.
Get your ass off work is driving, probably. Can't be driving doing interviews at the same time.
Hey, Elric, what's happening, man?
Wait, we got 3 people.
Almost
stop.
Right.
We got the Grey Man, we got Chad Perkins, and
that's our bass player singer. Yay!
come on, Chad.
We're hoping.
What's this? Chad's ears were burning.
Chad's ears were burning.
Yeah, he could tell we were talking about him.
Probably like this.
All good, I promise.
It's all good. We weren't talking smack. At least I don't think we were. But
nah.
And this is what I usually ask for the bands as well, because usually a question that I ask, but you just covered all your influences and how you got. I was going to ask how you all got into metal music, but I think you covered that already.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
So not going to ask that again. If this was the Zoom one, it would be different, but live ones, it might be a little different. Like I said, it's my first live stream in a while because I used to do it from my phone on Facebook and then upload those videos and then put them on here. This one, I think it just goes straight to the channel. I have no idea. But for merch, if people want to buy CDs or T-shirts or stuff like that, where's the best place that people can buy Black Tarsus style merch?
Honestly, the label website, artillerymusicgroup.com, is where you can, like I said, you can get the vinyl, the CD. They have a multitude of different T-shirt designs that you can get. And actually, the shirts are made over in the UK. So those that, obviously live in the UK can get it pretty readily, pretty quick. Now, US, it's a little bit different. Obviously it takes a minute, especially in COVID mail, snail mail, whatever you want to call it. But it eventually gets here.
Well, I'm still waiting for another T-shirt and also a tape of Crypta Voice from Frozen Soul. I'm still waiting for that to come.
I mean, it's the mail.
Still probably stuck in transit.
Yeah, the mail system all over the world is messed up right now. Just crazy.
Yeah, I'll probably wait. And it'll just turn up as soon as everyone's vaccinated. It's like, it's here now. What? You were going to wait until I was vaccinated? Fine, it's fine. I'm going to down a bottle of Jack and forget the whole troubles.
Right.
Ordered my shirt.
Thank you, brother.
Nice.
We appreciate that.
Sweet, man. Thank you so much.
We appreciate the
Elric supporting. Well done, Elric. Well done. Even though you're always late to the heavy metal hangouts.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I was going to get to that, Chad, but apparently you beat me to the punch.
Chad's just beating you.
Get to it, man.
Right. One of the things I was
Damn it, Chad.
I was gonna say the obviously on the vinyl you don't get all 10 songs, you only get 8. So you know, if you do purchase the vinyl, you can still get those other tracks either on the CD if you choose to get it, or you can get it digitally as well. So
either way, you're supporting the band.
Yeah, no matter what. Like I said, the vinyl is a limited edition kind of thing, so it's limited amount. I don't know if we're gonna like go into reproduction unless we sell all of them.
Chad is in the interview when
I know. I don't understand. He's got
get your ass in here, Chad. I will be doing.
He likes to be seen.
He just got off work. He's probably taking a crap or something, man. Just give it 5 minutes.
Like this. Hey, look, I will be coming in.
This is my happy time.
Give me a second.
Yeah, you can still go to our Bandcamp. Just
Bandcamp.
We do have quite a few things on Bandcamp.
Chad brother is watching you.
Yeah, right.
Who's this?
That would be the doctor's wife there, apparently.
The doctor's wife.
Thank you for joining.
Oh,
Not seen.
that's
welcome.
Well, it's 4 people have now commented.
Right.
It says there only 3 people are watching.
Listen
so
to our bullshit. Yeah.
You're listening to people you know and the person you don't know, which is me. Hi, my name's Jake. I'm a bit of a nutcase.
Aren't we all though?
But we all, well, this metal brings out our nutty side for the good.
Oh, none of us are normal. Come on.
None of us are normal. What is this normal? That was nothing. No one's normal. If someone says, "Oh, I'm normal," you're going to get us.
Right. But yeah, just kind of piggybacking there on Chad's comment. At the Bandcamp, there are still merch items that you can get from us directly. We have the Cosmic Devil Trip shirt design that we just got created. Exactly. Why be normal? Not me, man.
Someone said to me, "Oh, you're weird. Tell me something I don't know."
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we still have some other merch items, posters, stickers. We still have a few, and I have to stress that, just a few copies of the Old Gods Awaken EP available. So you guys can still go there, you know, if you follow us on there, and still be able to get it. You know, as well as you will be able to purchase this through Bandcamp.
Which I can't believe you got it, man. I got to swing over now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was just about to put you on full screen Reaper so you can show that CD, but you
Oh yeah, that's so badass.
If anyone's interested in checking out these guys and you're into your Sludge, your Doom, and the mix of other bands they got in their band, then follow them on Facebook.
Please.
Instagram. And
Please.
Are you guys on Spotify as well?
Yes, we are. There's 2 of them, but the one that you're gonna want to go to, like when you actually put a search in, you're gonna want to type in Black, space Tar space Superstar, because people had a really hard time finding the other one. But since we're on the label now, we actually have one that's easier to actually
post the version of the Old Gods.
The poster version.
Okay.
No, man, I'll tell you what. I mean, that was a great EP, but it's all about, the 4 of us collaborating together and writing new stuff. And just like I said, we feel so comfortable playing with each other now. It's like everybody comes up with the riff, brings something new to the table, and you get what just came out. I mean, this thing is amazing. So that's all I can say.
Yeah,
it's special. It really is something special. I mean, I've done a lot of albums in the past, but this one by far, nothing beats it.
Awesome.
I think you guys you'll feel the same way. As a matter of fact, if you do go to our Spotify right now, you can get 3 Witches.
I was listening to that. I was listening to that on my walk today, actually.
Oh, cool.
And I didn't know if it
That's
was
good traveling music
or a different band. I was like, because I looked on the Metal Archives and I couldn't see it on any of the releases. So
Yeah, that's the
I
new
was
one.
just like,
The other one just
is
has
this the wrong band?
actually.
Playing with each other sounds a bit wrong. For fuck's sake.
Why'd you have to go there, Greg?
Why'd you have to go there, Gray? That's it.
Come on,
Someone
man.
in the chat, Gray. Oh, I'm giving you such an earful.
I tell you what.
Not, I tell you what, I'm joking.
I guess I should say rehearsing, because
Rehearsing.
you can't mess with that one too much.
Nah. And like I said earlier, this is my first live stream, so I'm still getting a hang of this streaming business.
You're doing well, brother.
Yeah, I got 3 viewers, so that's a start. It's fine. I had more. I think I had more than this on the Facebook once I did. But it's a start. It's the first time in a while since I've done a live stream. So,
Oh, hey, thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it.
For sure, dude. Thank you.
There's days in the studio. Yeah, and
Oh,
you're welcome,
come
guys.
on, man. The only thing that happened in the studio is a great album.
I think I'm going to get more than most of these live chats because it's just, it'll be Grey Man comes up. I'll just see something because I'm seeing all the comments. Oh, what's this now? It's so hard to grow viewership. Yeah, it is actually quite odd.
That takes time. Takes
It
time.
takes
Lots
I mean,
of
I've got
promotion, man.
300 subscribers so far.
That's still great.
Oh, Elric said something encouraging. Doing great, Jake. Well, thank you, Elric. That
Exactly.
means a lot. Because I do all these chats and I get a lot of people getting a lot of likes and stuff. And then people, when I post it on the Griff group, which is what I'm a part of here in Bristol, because we've got the Griffin pub,
Oh, nice.
which is the #1 metal pub here in Bristol. And
Nice.
We will
And the
definitely
best one
keep that in
in the UK.
mind.
yeah, if you ever guys do play the UK eventually, they get your asses
That's
down
the
there.
goal, man. That is
And
definitely
there's
one of the
also
goals.
a heavy metal record shop, people. I know I mentioned it in the other chats, but since it's a live one, I'm going to say it again. Black City Records, which is the #1 heavy metal record shop here in Bristol. The Southwest's only heavy metal record shop.
Oh, no kidding. That's awesome.
So yeah, and it's run by a mate of mine named David Savage. He's a great bloke. I bought too many things from there so far, and I got the Golden of Eyes one was one I bought. I'll show you the other two. Got Morbid Angel.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
Love
there
that
you
fucking
go.
record. I love that record.
That is
of
awesome.
Madness. Absolute classic, 1989, so that's 32 years old.
Yeah, I don't think they ever made a bad record.
Nah.
No. Well, I listened to that and then up to maybe Gateways to Annihilation,
Oh, nice. Nice.
which I do have. And Winter,
Ah,
Oh,
that is
nice.
a nice cover, man.
Oh, yeah.
the only album this band ever did. They up Death Doom. If no one's heard these guys and you're into your death metal and Death Doom and anything else, pick up this because it's the Smart Records release. It's going to be re-releasing a lot of bands, old stuff. So for this, we got, of course, the album. I'm not going to get it all out because I'm just trying to not break anything or ruin anything or kill anything or kill the vinyl. And of course, their EP.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
They packaged that in with the actual album. That's cool.
Yeah, and I also got the CD version as well. I was like, oh, CD and vinyl. Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Because
Fucking right.
the Morbid Angel one was one of the first ones I bought in the shop.
Oh, man, I love that record. It's awesome.
You can't go wrong with that record at all. And I hope, and at some point in my vinyl collection, because most of it's in a big silver box, I'll have Black Tar Superstar in that collection.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Definitely. That's why we say, it's available in different bundles. Like there's a CD bundle, then there's a vinyl bundle, and then you can get both, like all three. And it gets packaged in with a T-shirt that has the album cover on it. So it's worth getting. So if you go to the artillerymusicgroup.com and check out that bundle, yeah, it's worth it, man. Most definitely.
It's cool looking art, man. It's just a cool shirt. Cool shirt to wear, man. Ugh.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm always trying to find new bands to play on my like I mentioned my podcast earlier, Jake's Sessions. If anyone's interested, any up and coming bands, any underground bands, you're more than happy for me to play your music, and I will put you in a.
Yeah, we'd be honored to be a part of it, man.
Awesome. Since you guys are in the Doom, as you guys are in the Doom genre, I'm doing an episode called All the Doom Metal, so it'll be a mix of traditional Doom, Death Doom, Doom Death, Sludge Doom.
How many different, categories can we call one fucking genre?
Ultras and Blessed are genuine DM albums, yes.
Oh, man.
Okay. Actually, I've heard of both of those bands. I probably may have heard a song or two, but I can't.
Yes, the albums that they got, Altars of Madness and Blessed Are the Sick. Which are
Altars of Madness and Blessed Are the Sick. Oh yeah,
excellent albums because I got Altars on CD as well. I got Blessed on the Sick, Covenant, Domination.
Oh, Covenant's great.
I got to see Morbid Angel play all of Covenant in its entirety in Cleveland.
Oh, I did as well in Bristol.
Trey, you went to that one?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I stood right in front of Trey the whole time. I was so close to him. I could read the set list and I could operate his foot pedals, how close I was to him. At the end of the show, we were leaving. Me and my buddy are going outside, and it's up in Cleveland. It was like October, November. It's freaking cold. Cold air coming off the lake and all this kind of stuff. And we see a crowd of people around the bus who walk over there. Sure enough, Trey's fucking standing there, just talking with people, BSing. They're like, "Oh shit! Hey, what's up? Man? How's it going, man?" I told him it's like first time I seen him, in Dallas and everything. He remembered the show, whole 9 yards. Cool ass dude, man. He seems like a real.
I haven't met him yet. I'd love to meet him.
Guy.
Actually, get him on here as well. Get him on the chat as well. That'd be cool. Learn more.
He's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude. His guitar sound that night was absolutely amazing. So brutal.
Oh yeah, it was amazing in Bristol. Just on point.
Oh yeah. And I'm glad I actually got to see 2 incarnations of Morbid Angel. When I seen him with Pantera, it was Steve Tucker with Pete Best. Pete was playing not Pete Best, sorry. Pete was playing drums. And then when I seen him in Cleveland, it was Tim Young playing drums with David singing. So
yeah,
actually I get to see two incarnations of that band. But yeah, either way, fucking brutal every time.
I haven't seen Morbid Angel with Pete Sandoval, but I saw Pete Sandoval with Terrorizer at Netherlands Death Fest.
Pete Sandoval. Sorry, Pete Sandoval. Yeah,
I've seen him with only Tim Young in the band. So
yeah, I remember when I seen him come out from behind the curtain when I seen him in Dallas, and he just looks so, like just haggard old guy. He looks so tiny and so small. And he gets up behind the kit, and they're like, "Okay, man, go ahead for it." And he's like, just like, dude, that guy looks like he's about to fall apart. And listen to how fast he's fucking playing. It was the most craziest thing ever seen.
Funny enough, how we just mentioned that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Best drum sound on a grindcore album ever. Yes, I do agree. And on that album, because I've kind of noticed with his drumming on that album and then Altars. With this one, he's just with the blast beats, he keeps continuing, and with Altars, he kind of alternates between blast and then.
Which is kind of how it should be, in my opinion. You got to have a little bit of groove with it in certain spots instead of just keeping it machine gun all the way through. And when it doesn't have any organic sound. I hate things that sound too much like drum machines. And, a lot of those drummers use, nothing but triggers and either to do one of 2 things, make it have a tick and be able to cheat at the same time. As in, when they're actually physically moving the pedals, the triggers take over and double it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
there's
saying?
some bands
They
I've
get
seen.
inhumanly, fast.
Yeah, there's some bands I've seen that use the triggers live as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I listen to a lot of the old school bands because there's none of that in it.
Right, guys
all
like
my favorite bands
Bardo
use
never
triggers,
cheated.
and I love those
It was
bands.
just straight him all the way through.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I really like about our new record versus the EP. As I go back and listen to the EP, I'm like, man, that really sounded synthetic to me. But the bass drum sound that I got on this record, I think, is much, much better. It still has just enough punch, to be able to, you can audibly hear it instead of just feel it. But at the same time, you're getting the natural sound of the bass drum as well.
I love the old school organic
style.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I mean, you listen to. Let's go way back for a second. Let's get the Let Out. Every time you heard Led Zeppelin's drummer John Bonham, one of my gods of all drum gods, man, let me tell you, when you heard him play, you didn't have to have any effect or anything at all. He punched you in the face with that bass drum every time. And that's something I've always kind of strived to get. It's hard to get, sometimes, but
Yeah,
I think we definitely got closer on this record.
yeah, because with John Bonham, absolute
Between
legend.
him and Bill Ward, those are my two top
Bill
guys.
Ward, yeah, definitely. Yeah, with John Bonham,
For the lighter side of
I
it.
think.
I have
best-
other heroes, of course.
Yeah, with John Bonham, when you hear his drumming, I think when he does his drum solos, the best example of his drum solos is Moby Dick.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
I just showed that to my one of my students, one of my classes. I think it was last week. I showed them that just to show them that you don't have to have a 50,000 piece drum set to make a good drum solo.
Oh no, you can with his.
It's not about most of that stuff is honestly for show, and that's one of the things I hated about some of the drummers of the 80s. They would have these ridiculously huge drum kits and only use half of it. Maybe not
Lars
even.
Ulrich.
Yeah, so,
Oh, that's so true.
so
Anyway,
you're showed one of your students that, so you're a teacher, you're a drum teacher.
I am
That's cool. How often do you do that?
every day,
Every day?
5 days a week. I teach at a high school. I teach a steel drum band, as well as beginner drum set, beginner multi percussion.
Same with you.
Oh yes, can't forget Ian Pace, man. He was a fine drummer. Still is a fine drummer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Deep Purple's drummer too. Always loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's left-handed, which was
I remember it was one of the now this is really going back. That tells you how old I am. In around 1978, when Whitesnake first came out, they were a blues rock band. They were not what they became.
Yeah, they were terrible.
And Ian Pace was their drummer, and I'll tell you what, he tore that album up.
Yeah.
I think it was either called Snakes or I can't remember. Whichever one had the song Nighthawk on it. I used to put that in my practice rotation. Oh my goodness, just fantastic drumming. That was my introduction.
When we get some steel drums on the beat.
Never.
Never. No, his name. Never, and never.
I mean, if I'm doing a Cantina album, I mean, maybe, but no.
You want to do an Eclipso, man?
No. I'd rather use like concert percussion before I would use steel drums on what we do. So
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, I don't think it'll work with what you guys are doing at the moment.
No, definitely not. Like, whether it would be like a timpani or maybe a concert bass
That
drum.
works so well. How would it work, Gray? Wait, Gray, tell us that later when we're on your show how it would work.
Yeah, I would love to hear that.
Tribal drumming.
Tribal drumming, yeah, definitely. Just not steel drum. Steel drum.
Tribal drumming, like if you hear roots.
I would actually like to use the Middle Eastern tabla drums. I think would even sound really cool, like on a tribal style kind of track. There's a lot of really cool different world percussion instruments that you can put into stuff like we do. It really creates an atmosphere. Because,
because if you hear Sepultura's album Roots,
oh yes,
what you're hearing on that, a lot of that drumming.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You hear it on the Brazilian percussion too as well, and a lot of Soulfly stuff. Like every Soulfly record's got that stuff on it for sure. Absolutely. And even the Cavalier Conspiracy stuff they use a little bit, but not that much. Cavalier Conspiracy is more just thrashed out shit.
Stuff, yeah, definitely. And I was going to mention one of my favorite drummers, which is one of my favorite bands is Gojira.
I was actually just going to say that myself.
Yeah, Mario is one of my favorite drummers.
Oh, he's fantastic. That new album is it's like the top selling record here in the US.
I love the new album. Absolutely.
It's great.
And he did a drum solo when I last saw him in 2019 at the Birmingham O2. That's like
honestly, I think if I was to ever do a drum solo on stage during one of our concerts, I'd have
a tattoo.
Nice. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Nice.
I'd have Texas play it with me because I'm not a big fan of drum solos. I don't mind doing them, but I think it would be fun to do it together. Just kind of give percussion,
I like playing drums.
Yeah.
I like playing drums for like certain bands where they literally just hit the toms really hard, like dun dun. It's like, oof.
Oh man, I think it would be cool because we both have percussion backgrounds,
It would be a lot of fun. I would enjoy the shit out of it.
Hell yeah, because to me
Go ahead, man.
That's more interesting to me than watching one guy play. That's just me.
Yeah, because even our influences for drummer wise are different. Like my influences or my favorite drummers of all time, Ralph Humphreys,
right.
Frank Zappa and the Mothers, Chester Thompson, Zappa and the Mothers, and Phil Collins, and Mike Portnoy, Neil Peart, all those cats like that. Absolutely, Terry Bozzio, of course. And Ruth Underwood, who is more a percussionist, not more of a drummer, but what she can do with those freaking bells and the shit that she can do is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just a pleasure to watch her all the time. So out of all those guys, that's pretty much what influenced me, even when I was playing drums. That's what I listened to.
Thank you, Chad. I did not know that.
I would play like Watcher of the Sky, some old Genesis, and then jump to Slayer or something like that. You know what I mean? Just it went across the board.
Yeah, he did.
Roger Taylor, yeah.
See, I also really enjoyed like I'm a King Crimson fan, and Bill Bruford was their drummer, and I loved his sense of time. His sense of time was impeccable and very musical. Like the things that he would do with it, between the toms and turning his snare off. I always dug that stuff. Off of the Discipline album, I think that was my favorite. There's actually, I think it was the song Discipline, where it starts out with just, him doing somewhat of a tribal kind of thing with his toms. And it just went through different time signatures, and it just blew my mind.
Part of the Sunrise for me, from him, from Fragile album, yes.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Oh shit! The syncopation that he's doing in that song is just absolutely amazing, and then the guitar part's going underneath it, and then
it's
he
just
is badass.
Are you human?
The way that man thought in counting, I never even thought about doing that. So I was huge Yes fan. So yeah, definitely.
I'd say a drummer of today for me would have to be Thomas Lang from Germany. He is utterly just sick player. Just a sick player. He's also the top clinician, I guess, in the world right now. Mm-hmm. He's
For
played
me, there's
for some
two.
different bands, but
Yeah, I was going to mention Mario again from Gojira. One of the songs, Toxic Garbage Island, which is from The Way of All Flesh, is when it comes, it's like that. I was like, fuck. That guy can play.
Oh
yeah,
Metal
it's
Gojira as well.
inspiring. You know,
They played Bristol 2017. They're on tour with
there's always something new to learn.
Car Bomb and Code Orange.
Oh, nice.
They did a meet and greet before the start of the gig. So like late morning, early afternoon. Me and my mate Chris went and watched them do a sound check of the Cell, which is one of their songs from Magma. And got to meet him afterwards, got some stuff signed, got pictures done, went to the Griffin, went back again with all lanyards, got to the front, got one beer, watched the bands. All good.
Oh, yeah.
But meeting them in person was great.
Mm-hmm.
I gave Mario a hug and everything. And he's actually quite short as well.
Yeah, I said the same thing when I met Kerry King. I'm like, look at this little bastard. He's tiny.
Say, oh no, Kerry King's coming. Dun, dun.
Yeah. Like, we're going to go meet Kerry King. Sweet, man. They're going to go meet this dude who's all, like, kind of huge. And then to see this guy, he's like, man, fucker's tiny as shit. All right.
That's how I felt when I met Glenn Danzig for the first time.
Yeah.
Like you see Glenn on stage, you think the guy's fucking larger than life, and then I'm in front of him and I'm looking down at him. I was in high school, 1994. That's when I met him, and I was only I was 6 foot at the time. I'm 6'2", but I was only 6 foot, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this can't be in. I chuckled like to myself, like
Kerry King
I don't want to laugh at him. I was just like, dude, I thought you were this huge like Hulk. No.
But did Kerry King shave his head at that point, or did he still have his long hair?
No, he was bald. He was bald. Yeah. He was still bald. He had big ass goatee and everything like that. I remember meeting him out in a fucking cornfield, because that's where this music shop was, where the music farm was out in Orville, which is out in the country out around here. And it was literally a music shop, and right across the street was a big cornfield. And it was just like, okay, I'm going to go in here and meet this guy. Cool. All right.
I'll answer this from Chad. It's like, I missed the setup for this interview. Is Jake in a band? Yes, I am in a band. One of them's Herbicidal. We did an album last year called And Nothing Was Achieved.
I just sent you the link again, just so you know.
Oh, cool. Nothing was achieved. Yeah, and I'm also in a folk metal band called Avantel. We should have our EP done this year.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Very cool.
Jake has a couple of bands. Technically 4, because there's 2 I need to sort out: my death metal one and my death doom one.
Oh yeah.
And a folk project.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's a great
like
way to stay busy.
It's like Waldrina, Highland, Danheim, those sort of bands.
There's no way I could ever possibly.
Would love to look you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just
I heard some of your tracks, as a matter of fact. Dig it, man.
Yeah, the cover's very. You can tell it's very stoner doom.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Or as we go
Nice
on
and fuzzy.
Facebook, if you go on our Facebook as what the band is, it says psychedelic stoner blackened crust. I'll bring it up
Pizza
now.
crust,
Psychedelic
that's what
stoner blackened crust punk. Blackened,
just
blackened
way
crust
too
punk,
many
death.
different ways.
Doom, death, sludge. What are we? Now we got 4 viewers. Who's the 4th viewer then?
Yeah, we did. I do the one thing. I do the Black Tar Superstar, and then I like to play acoustic guitar too, so I know a bunch of cheesy tunes and stuff. So I have a lot of friends who are like, "Come over, bring your guitar," and sit around and play, cheesy songs, and just put a smile on everybody's face. But yeah, it's fun to do that stuff, but that's on a rare occasion I ever do those things. Family gatherings, things like that.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my instruments. I got obviously my Jackson guitar, electric guitar. I got a brand of a bass I've never heard of until I looked at it, called Metal Axe. Never heard it. I got that bass, and then I got a BC which I need to restring, the Mick Thompson model.
Oh, nice.
Because when I was like from 12 to about maybe 18, something like that, I was a big fan of Slipknot.
Right.
I still like their stuff. If I'm going to go on nostalgic, then I'll go back to like the first 2 albums.
Yeah, the first 2 records, man, were just
fucking
old. They were fascinating.
Great records. Care what anybody says. That was badass.
Oh, both of them were just.
When I was getting into metal and trying to figure out what do I want to listen to the most, what got me more, and mostly it was death, thrash, black, doom, and all the other stuff like that drew me in the most. And that's just me though. And I keep looking at that King Diamond poster.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell he's one of my heroes. As a matter of fact,
I never would have thought that.
You know, I told a story once when I was in 6th grade.
Slipknot sucks. Winky face.
The
That's fair enough. We said the first 2 albums is great.
The first 2 albums were fantastic.
I thought so.
Definitely ahead of its time.
Well, it was a nice breath of fresh air. He had rap rock and rap metal, so it was like
new metal stuff.
It's getting all this stuff.
I like to wish it never happened.
Not gonna lie, I did listen to a lot of that stuff when I was getting into metal. A lot of new metal stuff.
Adidas, or not Adidas, I'm sorry. Life is Peachy and Korn's first record. Those 2 records right there, which are basically just the first record's the A side of those songs, and Life is Peachy was the B side of what the first record was. Mm-hmm. And those 2 albums, in my opinion, fucking amazing. But like, once they got to follow the leader and that kind of stuff like that, the more it just got more and more.
Cool.
Yeah, you know. It got to the point where I just wasn't interested. Just doing dubstep.
It's anti-metal.
Fuck this shit. Stupid.
I do apologize for the grey man. He is a bit.
But you know what? It wasn't really a new idea because
first early new metal was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but then it got
Anthrax and
that's Grey Man's stepson.
One of those rap groups at the time did a song together, so it's not really a new idea.
Well, I mean, they were the first ones to do it. Them and Public Enemy.
That's who it was, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, before it became a mainstream thing where it was all over MTV and this and that, and that's pretty much all anybody was coming out with, and you're just like, oh, Christ. And then somebody's like, oh, hey, there's a band called Slipknot, you should check it out. And then I seen the video, I think it was for Wait and Bleed, and I was like,
yeah,
this is pretty sweet. And then I seen them at Ozfest 99, you know, where they're running out, punching each other in the face and tackling each other, all that kind of shit. And I just watched literally the craziest 45 minutes of my life up until I seen Dillinger Escape Plan live. But I mean, I was just like, holy shit, this stuff's crazy. And I went and bought the record, and I'm like, okay, I understand why it's completely every fucking song is absolutely nuts. I mean,
it's a constant banger.
What a show. Those dudes, and they were on the second stage too. They weren't even on the main stage, they were on the second stage. And it was just holy shit. Holy shit, what I seen there that day, I blew my mind. For sure. And never seen energy like that. I've never seen energy come from a band.
Yes, not have that amount of energy.
Just wow.
There's a lot of bands with that amount of energy. Even some of my mates' bands, like a lot of here in Bristol, a lot of them have that energy, especially like bands like Seprivation, if you're into your death thrash, and I do highly recommend you check them out. Body Harvest.
Excellent. I've heard of them.
Definitely, yeah, they're all mates of mine, great guys.
Awesome.
DS Holocaustum is another Bristol band. They released an album last year called Scorched Promised Land. So no one out there's got that. Pick it up. And they were the second guests on the chat. So it was a pre-recorded chat, not live. Awesome. Who's this? Elric. Okay.
Disaster Peace concert.
Okay.
Nice.
Sounds familiar. Not sure.
It's pretty fucking amazing.
That's really all you can say about them.
I don't think I've ever seen them live, or I might have just watched them briefly at one festival and then didn't think about it.
I've seen Slayer, and I've seen some pretty crazy heavy bands up close, right? I've seen the fucking when I seen Slayer, the pit was like a like a conveyor. It was spinning. If you got anywhere close to it, it was right into the thing and right into the middle and squirt right back out. I mean, it was pretty intense. When I went to go see Dillinger, a friend of mine who trains MMA, right, and he has seen Dillinger before, and he's like, he looks at my wife and he tells her, he's like, hey, I think I'm going to wear my mouthpiece when we go. And I looked at him and laughed. And he looks at my wife and goes, you know how I'm not laughing? And I go, okay. Well, maybe he's got some validity to this. So I went and actually bought a mouthpiece. Got it, set, did the whole thing, everything with it. I took my mechanics gloves with me. And I got geared up and everything. And he like I said, he's a strong dude. He just grabs me. He's like, come on, we're going dead center in the middle of this thing. And they started with the first song off of, I can't remember what a fucking record that was, but when that thing dropped, I got knocked down probably 4 or 5 times in the span of like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I've just never seen anything like it. And it was just a buzzsaw for like an hour. I mean, he get out, he was like, dude, it was fucking intense. I mean, he was just sweating a little bit. He wasn't even out of breath. And I mean, these people were insane. The most craziest band I've ever seen live. So tight, so amazing. Bill Wyman, I mean, every drummer they've ever had is fucking insane. Gil Sharon, Benet, all those cats, man. I mean,
yeah, because
wow,
one of my favorite bands that's that intense, like an intense band, is Anal-Nathrak.
Oh, right on, yeah.
Anal-Nathrak, they played them. The first time I saw them, and it was the first time I saw my first ever black metal band live, and that was Marduk.
Oh, yeah. I almost got to see them, but they were banned from coming into our country because of the whole church burning thing. Apparently, they were on Interpol's shit list.
Yeah, well, because when I saw them, this was 2010 about. Anal-Nathrak was one of the support bands, and one of the guitarists, it was Mitch, and he saw me with my corpse paint on, told me to get on the stage, and then fist bumped. And as soon as the song started stage time. It was the first time I saw him. Been a fan of him ever since.
Nice.
Seen Bloodstock. So did I, Elric. Was that the Sophie tent, Elric? Because that got packed out when they were playing. That might have been 2012. It was 2012. That year. And Bloodstock is like the biggest. It is the biggest festival here in the UK. One of them.
Oh wow! Really? That means we have to be on it. So
where do they hold it at?
They hold it in Derby.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Got my ticket for it. Hopefully it still goes ahead. I mean, I got my ticket. I booked my coach. Well, hopefully before that I'll be at least 70% immune to the virus.
Well, I mean, hopefully
they might do some social distancing, maybe, but I don't know.
There's a possibility. They'll be checking everybody, probably checking your temperature and all that kind of business.
Yeah, temperature and stuff. Sophie tent, yes, I thought so. Yeah.
What did Gray say?
What did Howard say?
Anal hat track.
What the fuck?
Sophie tent. It's the Sophie Lancaster tent. She was the goth girl that got murdered back in 2007. And they named the tent after her, which is pretty fucking amazing. And that's why I wear these wristbands a lot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
that's
right.
Awesome.
I never even heard of that. Never heard about that.
No, yeah, it was.
Well, I'm not surprised.
I heard about it.
It was disgusting as well.
I'm not surprised.
Her and her boyfriend got attacked just because they look different.
Oh man,
that's why I don't mingle with people like that because they're so bloody ignorant.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Great. Yes, you guys should play Bloodstock on the lighter note.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I would love to.
Fuck yeah, man. Definitely.
Get in contact with the festival owners. I'll tell you to go to. They're always trying to get new bands. Bloodstock on at the moment. Well, that's great. I missed it.
That's good news.
If it was, I'm just going to be like this. I'm just crying in this seat. It's like, you haven't moved for days. I know, and my hair's gotten really long.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to have to start lifting the mandates over there eventually. I mean, they're going to have to.
Family of Sophie changed the law. Yeah, that is true. They changed the law. It's now anyone who's metalhead, metalhead, goth, punk, they get attacked.
Oh, that's good.
A hate crime.
That's absolutely.
That's
and that's good. Since that happened, changed the law and changed it for the better. So
definitely.
Yeah. I didn't know. So that's crazy though.
That's the good thing that came out of it. All right, dudes, stay flat, please.
I mean,
Chad, come on over.
Well, that's the reason why there's not a lot of metal fests around here, especially like that, because there's an asshole in every crowd. And they were having all kinds of issues with it at the beginning of it.
Oh, we get
now, we see it more and more. And obviously, I guess that stuff's toned down, or just nobody cares. But
yeah, there's some people in the pit say that, but that's why I stay out of the pit, because I know they're just going to take it too far.
Yeah,
somebody's always just looking to fight.
Always get them going, because that's what I've noticed from watching a lot of American shit, a lot of bands playing in America. A lot of them are swinging their arms around. I was like, it's not a hardcore show; it's a death metal show. You don't do that. I got a mate who would see that and be like, nope, just push him and mosh properly.
Yeah, throwing elbows and kicks and that kind of stuff like that. I'm not a fan of that. Like if you want to move around, you're feeling it, moving around, you want to bounce off people and stuff, that's fine. I mean, I don't care.
That's fine. Yeah. If they go over,
hit me with a fucking elbow. That's different.
Yeah, I mean, if something like that happened at one of our shows, we would point them out and have them extracted.
Yeah, that shit wouldn't go on. No.
That will not happen. Not at one of our shows.
You don't see police at Bloodstock. Well, there you go.
Well, that's good.
Well, so I think some police officers come into the festival because something was because someone heard about someone doing something.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have some help.
But they only had 2 of them there, so they didn't have too many of them there, so that's all right. What's this? No, I had a guy talking me wanting to pit at a Doom show.
I told him it would be a long wait.
Be pitting at a Doom show unless it's, I don't know, maybe Spectral Voice. I don't know.
Right.
Well, Spectral Voice, they're Deaf Doom, great band.
I was gonna say if it's a little heavier than your typical fuzz band, I think it would happen. Like some of our stuff, you probably could pit to. It's just
upbeat tempo.
Yeah, I mean that's really what gets people going. Because I mean, you look at all the down shows, people pitted to that, and that wasn't super crazy heavy. So
they aren't mainly swaying back and forth and shit like that. So.
Right.
And another band you can pit to, well, really you can just stand there and headbang to, and that's Corrosion Conformity.
Oh, big time.
Oh yeah, CST for sure.
Because I always I went to download a lot. It's not happening this year. There's another festival in the UK, and for distance walking to the stage is stupid because it's Donington Racetrack. But Bloodstock, no matter where you camp, there's only maybe a 5-minute walk to the entrance and then 2 minutes to the main stage.
Gosh,
thereabouts. And with Corrosion Conformity, because I went in 2015, down in 2015, my mate Chris, who I mentioned earlier, I went with him and his wife, who was his girlfriend at the time. They went to go watch. They were like, I'm going to go watch Corrosion Conformity. It's like, we're going to go watch A Day to Remember. She loves that band, but I was like, do I keep them company or do I Corrosion?
Yeah. Corrosion it is. Yeah.
Because
Corrosion opened up for Danzig when Danzig came through. Nice. I think it was 2018. Probably the best fucking show I ever saw. And that was before their drummer unfortunately passed away. And that was the first time my son got to see Corrosion, and he became an instant fan.
Nice.
So,
You're raising your son well.
Well, he's also our guitar player.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. So
Yeah, I found out about Corrosion because of watching Pantera video on Broken.
oh yeah.
Because
Of course.
Phil's wearing a Crowbar shirt in that video, and I think he wears an I Hate God shirt in that video. And we were like, well, those have got to be bands. So
Days they were doing rehearsals, so you see him wearing Crowbar, then I Hate God, and then Crowbar again, and I Hate God again. It's like,
Yep. Dude, it was
That's
just
one thing
like,
about New Orleans in general. All those bands really support each other.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Goat Hall's one of my favorites.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, go for it,
I
yeah.
met those guys a bunch. I met those guys like twice. They played Temples Fest, which is a short-lived festival we had in Bristol, and then they played Bristol again with Sepultura,
Oh,
where Sammy proceeded to tell me the story at the time when he was in Acid Bath. Not a great band.
another.
Oh, wow,
amazing-
wicked.
Yes.
And him and one of the other members went up because their first album's got a John Wayne Gacy painting.
Yeah, I asked it that album is fucking awesome, dude. I really wish they had done more.
They had to actually go to the prison where John Wayne Gacy was to sign some papers so they can use that as their cover.
Yeah,
I believe it.
dude, if you haven't heard that album, Reaper, you need to listen to that album.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I have.
Getting to
Yeah,
OC around Blind Album. I don't think I've heard that album. No.
It's really kind of interesting because Corrosion Conformity actually started out as a punk band
Yeah, they were a hardcore punk band.
until that third. I think it was like either the third or the fourth album they put out. That's when it just became this mega stoner metal band, and that was way better than their punk stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like Neurosis got mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
They started out as a punk band, and then they became what they are now, which is more in the sort. How would you describe not Corrosion? Neurosis, like it's Doom, but
Right. Chad could hopefully Chad chimes in on that because that's like.
I saw Neurosis.
I heard it reminds me of like Pink Floyd-ish, but with down-tuned guitars. Very, very heavy, but Floyd-y. Not super crazy, not super fast. Nobody's doing anything that's like, whoa, over there. You know what I mean? It's got a nice, good flow as it just goes along. That stuff almost like maybe watching someone draw or paint or something kind of stuff. It's just it
like
starts here, it goes there, it goes here, and then you have a finished product by the end of it. It's interesting stuff. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, because I saw them once at the festival I mentioned, Temples Fest. They played until about maybe midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, something stupid like that. But I didn't really listen to them to begin with, and then I heard them there. I was like, oh, well, these guys are pretty cool.
Right.
And one of the days was Electric Wizard.
Oh yeah.
Which people have said I look like the singer.
That's
You gotta love people's perception.
On his doppelganger, I don't know.
I mean, singing is a singing. It doesn't matter.
He actually saw it going in New Orleans. That's amazing.
Oh, fucking right, man. Hell yeah.
In Bristol.
Yeah, I'm still jealous. Stop bringing that up.
You're gonna get a as well.
That would be fucking cool, man.
Like it's straight to your soul.
Yeah, that's
I
how
don't
we
think
use Neurosis.
Yeah.
I don't think we have souls anymore.
They're great, though. I love what they do. To be able to do what they can do with the super heavy distortion like that, because especially when you're doing atmospheric like that, having that dynamic of distinguishing notes, that kind of stuff, and changes has to be there. The lineage has to be there, and being that distorted and that big sounding and being able to do that, it's quite impressive. I mean, to be honest with you.
Yeah, really.
I'd like to see one of their rigs, especially one of the guitar players' rigs, just to see it, to see what he uses.
It's like, how you guys doing?
Good too.
Rick, I want to see you. Like, instead of saying, autograph an album. Hey, dude, you want me to autograph anything? Show me your rig.
Yeah, what's your rig, man? I want to see the shit that you use.
Oh, there's such a lag. Oh, great.
Oh, such a lag.
But sorry.
Don't really do much. But Well, I'm going to get a new laptop soon anyway, so I can do these on that one instead of the one I'm using at the moment.
Oh, no worries. It's pretty good on my end.
Pretty good on mine too, man.
It's fine on my end. You're both coming in well, so if anyone's having a problem, I do apologise. A bit random, but can I see a cat on that guitar player's guy black background?
Background frame. Do you have a cat there, Texas?
Yeah, I did see a cat earlier, but we were keeping
I thought I saw an ear.
Never mind, cat disappeared now.
Kuro was walking over here and digging on my fucking couch like he always does, but yeah, he's
Great seeing you guys on HM Hangouts later.
Yeah, I'm going to try to join on, Elric, so you'll probably see me there later. It's almost bourbon o'clock for me. So
yeah. Beer o'clock for me later on. So, well, I don't know where Death Slinger went.
He's been suffering from some pretty bad allergies. We're kind of in the midst of allergy season here.
I hope it's not COVID because I think you all got your jabs now.
Oh no, actually, I've got my shots, so I'm cool. But
cool.
Anyway,
so if you get it, you won't feel ill, so that's good.
Yeah, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have the COVID. That's for sure.
No, I think he's just.
He went to Stat Care yesterday, and everything was cool. So
yeah, I got because we've been here in the UK. We go to the pharmacy and get like a free rapid COVID test. So you got to stick thing down your throat and up your nose, squeeze it into a little bottle, squeeze it on the thing. If it comes, and then hopefully it'll come back positive or negative and all that crap. And then you got to go on a website, type in what your results are. If they're positive, you're going to have to stay indoors.
That sounds like too much work.
I got one anyway, but I'm thinking I don't want to shove something down my throat. I'm going to throw up.
Oh shit!
Well, I'll tell you what. I've known a lot of people who have had it. They say that if you have it, you definitely know you have it.
Yeah, because you're gonna feel
it's undeniable,
really run down.
Yeah. No, Slinger's problem is he's got a lot of.
Does he have like
stuffy nose and a lot of sneezing? Yeah.
Does he have hay fever? I'm guessing he has like hay fever and stuff. No, okay. Because I thought I heard him blowing his nose in the background during this earlier.
There was a lot of fun. I went out to take my wife to work today, and I left the car outside and out of the garage, and I walked out to it today, and it just because my car is maroon or a reddish color, so it just had this nice little yellowish tint to it. Because
my pollen is out like
everywhere. So luckily that stuff doesn't bother me, but it bothers a lot of people around here.
Yeah. And I think if like you said, if you had COVID, you'll know you had it because you just feel really run down. You won't be able to do anything. You'll probably just curled up on the sofa, just like.
Exactly. No, he never called off work or nothing. So
yeah, because I'm always good at keeping my distance when I'm on a walk.
Yeah, right.
I'm always good, and that's why when it gets closer to me to put my jab, I'm not leaving this house until then. I'm going to be smart about this. Only go in my back garden to do like jogging stuff like that. So
understandable.
I got my alternative. So yeah, nearly coming up to 2 hours for this chat now. Blinking heck.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to get on actually.
Yeah, so we're going to
get on to the next thing.
Finish this live chat, and then I can get some food in before the heavy metal hangout with the Grey Man and so I'd like to thank you two for tuning in on Jake's Metal Chat episode 44. Yes, which I didn't get the name to start because I knew you welcome people. First live stream jitters, but thank you for joining Jake's Metal Chat, you two.
No problem. Much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us again.
Yeah, definitely. And there will be more live chats like this again, people. So be sure to check this out because it will not only be here on YouTube just for the time being, but I'll try and stream it on my Jake's Metal Chat Facebook page, my Twitch account, mainly those three. So mainly YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
All right.
And what's this? I'll say it. Oh, yeah. There's a lag. Thanks for having us. Can someone slap him when you see him?
Yeah.
I'm joking. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. He's
Hey, no problem, man.
He's been Reaper and Deathslinger, wherever he is. He's now a chair.
Yeah.
That guy, that guitar player guy, which
Text seat, man. Yeah.
of Black Toss. Oh, check him out. All the links will be in the description below. I should have done that before actually starting the broadcast. I remember next time. I've been Jake, your host of Jake's Metal Chat. Also, check out my podcast, Jake's Metal Sessions, which will have a lot of great, mainly underground bands, because you got to give the underground bands the support. And if you did enjoy this live stream, even though it was a bit all up in the air, just hit the 2-hour mark. Oh, yeah. Let me try and get Black Tar.
Yeah. Let's get that nice big shot.
Never can do that yet.
There it is. Yes.
But there you go. And be sure to check them out on follow on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify.
We have YouTube also.
Yeah.
And that's it from us.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever you are in the world, good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for tuning in, all three of you. There will be more, and keep the banner of metal going.
Oh, yeah, man.
Always.
See you all later.